Okay, I'm back. That's what it looks like. If you can see. And these two as well. Excuse my fingers, they're covered in glue and ink. It happens. So this is dry. Now we can glue these pockets into place like that. Alright, let's do that. So I will again use acetone based glue, which is stronger than the glue stick, and I'll just run a bit of glue on these three sides. Again, I won't go all the way to the edge. I'll leave a couple of millimeters on each side. And do the same on this. I think it looks great. It's gonna be so cute, this one. Really Christmassy feeling. I might even turn it into a Christmas present for someone. Can add a few photos inside. A little something. I think that would be really cute. Alright, so let's wait for that to dry a little bit. And then the next step would be obviously to stitch all the way around like I did here. So all the way around, not the middle part, just around. But I have to wait till the glue is totally dry, otherwise it's going to make mess of my sewing machine. So while that is drying, we will prepare our pockets, these ones. So this is what they look like, and we will need these little extensions, and for that we will use the strips that were cut off. We need them to be at least 1.5 inches by about 4 inches long. So what I'll do, I'll just put 4 of them together. So this one might be, I need the thicker one. Just use that. Alright, so we need them to be 1.5 inches wide. Yeah, exactly like that one, and about 4 inches long. So up to there. So I'll just no, I cut off where I marked. How smart was that? Oh. And with these ones, you fold them in half, and then you fold again to the outside and turn around and then fold again. So you end up with this. Right? So you fold once like that in half, then you fold outside and to the outside as well, and you end up with this. And we need 4 of these. These are going to make this pocket easier to use without tearing it, because if it was glued all the way here, it would be really difficult to put things in and out. It's quite deep, but if you put these, you give it a bit of room, you know. It's going to last longer, I suppose. Oh, so we've made those. We'll put them aside. I won't use them as yet, but we have them ready there. And we need these. So for them, we need punch. I think this is 1 inch punch, and a little bit of that cardstock. I have a piece here, and I'm going to glue some of the book page because I want it to look nice, but I can't just use the page, that would rip really quickly. So I'll just glue this down. Okay, and we also need 2 for the front and need 1 for the back. So the one that's at the back can just be this. It doesn't have to be anything fancy because we won't be able to see it. And we need to punch a hole in it through the middle. You can use your puncher or just this. Alright, so that's done. Now let's cut these. Great. And I want to just ink around a little bit. We'll just make it a more obvious. It will stand out better on this paper, I think. Again, we need to punch a hole in the middle. So, I'm doing it from this side because it's easier to, you know, I'm not measuring, just do it by eye, and it's easier when the plain color than with the text. Okay. There we go. Now we have to decide what split pins to put in. Let me just see if I have any. Got those red ones with an arrow, the green ones, the blue ones. Got, oh, these blue ones would look good, I think. There is a bit of blue here. Oh, they're perfect. So I will just put them through this to make sure they're sitting in the middle. Like that. So now we have to decide where to put them in. So the best way to do it is take our cover, place this, and then fold. And I will just use the clips So what I do, I take my ruler and I join the pointy ends here with the ruler. I don't actually join, I just place there. Okay, make sure they are where they should be. Okay, and I like to put these an inch away from the flap, so that would be here, 1 inch away from the pointy end, right there. Alright, so now that I've poked one, I can just use it as a guide to make a hole in this one, just like that. There it is, quite easy. Okay, so you take your split pin and you put it through this, and then you put it through here, like so. You end up with this. Now on this side, if you just leave it like that, this paper might actually start to tear eventually, so I like to put an extra piece on the back so that these pointy metal ends don't damage the paper, like that. Okay. Good. And now you just open it up and you press. Now it's a good idea when using these to just get some masking tape, just a little piece, and just glue over. It will prevent whatever you put into the pocket to be caught into this metal thing, just like that. Okay, so let's repeat the process. We put the pin through the first hole, then I'll lift it up a bit closer. So you take your pin, split pin, you put it in through the hole in that circle and through this hole. Like that. Then you take an extra piece that you cut and you push the pin through the hole, and now you open it up like that and like that, and you press. There you go. Easy. And now just a bit of masking tape. Okay, so if you want to be really pedantic about this, you could actually cut a piece of book page and glue it onto the back, and that way definitely these bits and pieces are not gonna be caught into whatever you put in the pocket. So let's just do that. Let's just be pedantic. So I just take one page. I think it should be enough to cover both of them, like so. Great. And let me measure the width. I want it about that much, so I'll just cut it. Now fold and use the same corner rounder as here, like that. Okay. It doesn't matter that it doesn't go all the way. It's even good because we're gonna be gluing this end, and that's fine like that. So let's just glue this to our pocket. Again, I'm just using glue stick because I will be stitching around. If you're not going to stitch around, just use a better glue, PVA or acetone based, or really good glue stick that you know it's not gonna, you know, be undone. Here it is. Let's do the same here. You probably noticed that I left a little bit of edge around because I don't want it showing on this side, and I'm going to be stitching around anyway, so thought I'd just explain. Okay, so our pockets are prepared. All that's left to do is to ink around. Okay, now I have to go back to my sewing machine. I'm going to stitch around these edges. I will leave that like that, just around here on both of them. And since this is dry as well, I will just stitch all around and I will be back. Okay, as you can see, I have stitched only these three sides. I left that one unstitched. Same here, and with the actual folio I stitched just inside of the edge, and that way the sides of this pocket were caught in the sewing as well, making it extra durable. And over here the same. This is not stitched, but this was where it should be, so the stitching, I did stitching from this side, but it actually caught that as well. So that is our, oh yeah, oh my god, looks so cute. I could make hundreds of these. Okay, and the flaps are which way? Is it that way or that way? This one. Alright, so now we have to attach these pockets, and I'm going to use these bits and pieces and a stronger glue, definitely. So turn around the pocket, get one of these, and you put the glue on one side, just a strip. So you want this edge to face inside of the pocket, like that. This is what I mean. You see, you want that open edge to face to the inside of the pocket, not the other way around. You don't want to glue it like that. You want to glue it like this. Alright, and you do the same on this side. Again, you take glue little bit there. So you don't put it like that. You see how that edge is facing to the outside? That's not correct. It has to be like this. Like that. Has to be on the inside. So that you end up with this. If you open it up, this is what it looks like. Okay, and now you put the glue on the top bit here, top bit there, and the white strip here, so the middle. Okay. Great. And you take your folio, and again, you don't want to put it all the way to the center where the spine is. You want to leave a couple of millimeters of space there, and also from the top and from the bottom. And you just press gently like that. And make sure that there's no glue seepage like that, so that you don't want it shut completely. You want to be able to lift it like that. Great. So let's repeat the process on this side. Get the edge, turn it on this side. Then, as you can see, when I'm gluing it down, I don't go all the way to the edge because of the stitching. If I do that and I have these threads here, it might not glue properly, so I'm just moving it to the inside a little bit. But if you're making this folio without stitching, you can certainly go all the way to the edge. It would look good, but I avoid placing this thin paper over the threads. It's just not going to glue properly. So I think it works better like that. Okay, let's do the other side. Also, if you're worried that this might open up and unglue itself eventually, you can always put some masking tape here and here, or some washi tape or whatever, you know, or even use a thicker paper than I am using here. I'm using book pages, which are quite fragile, but I think it's gonna hold anyway. Alright, so let's do this. Great. Check this one that has dried. It looks really cute. Like a little purse, actually. I could totally do a purse with fabric like this. It'd be really cute as well. Alright, so almost done. Now what's left to do is these. So the way I've done them is just punch a hole. If you're not sure, you find your middle, just make a little mark and punch a hole like that. And the same here. Again, sometimes this text is just playing tricks on my mind, so I like to make it easier for my eyes. Alright, I'm just using these. Now, this. I find this really difficult for my... It can be done. I'm just gonna use my both hands to press it very hard. If you find that they're not really how they should be, you can always use your hammer and squash them a little bit. Oh my god, it's so cute. Alright, now with the string I measured exactly the length, and I need 2 of these. Scissors. One for each side. Sorry. And I just do this, go through the hole, open it up and pull through. And the same here. I go through the hole, open it up, pull it through, and that's it. And I have these 2 red beads that came from a necklace, fell apart. I think they're like coral beads or something, I don't know. But I think they would look good with this. So now I'm using a really tiny crochet hook to pull this thread through the bead. Hopefully I'll be able to do both of them at the same time. No, I can do one by one. I'll have to do one by one actually. One is through. So at the bottom I just make a knot and trim. Let's test it. So I go under, over and like that. And it's good that it's down. If it's shorter, it might be harder to close this. So it's better if it hangs outside of the journal, I think anyway. But if you don't want it, you can just shorten it or go a few times around. So let's pull through the other one. We'll do one by one this time. How gorgeous is that? Now, just the flap. So what I do is I fold it in half, but I don't press too hard here. I just want it a little bit rounded, and I just test it first just to see how it's going to look. Okay, so that the end that is at the back and that I haven't rounded the corners, that part is going to be glued to the inside of this pocket. So I just put the glue here. You really want to use good glue for this. Put it up. Alright, now that that is glued, there's only one more thing left to do, and that's of course optional. If you're not sewing, you don't have to do it, but I am. So all I need to do now is just zigzag stitch here and here, and it will catch this as well, like in here, you see. We'll just make it a little bit more sturdy. So I'll quickly do that and I'll be back. Here we go. I stitched from this side, but it's just perfectly aligned, like it caught the end of the pockets as well, and now I'm sure it's not going to be undone or anything like that. So I think this is now finished, and if I was to turn it into a little journal, I'll just sew in a signature in here. You can also use these as your signature covers. You know, if you're making a bigger journal, you can add papers inside and bind it into another journal. In that instance, I probably wouldn't use the flaps, but a lot of things you can do with these. And most importantly, you're using your 6x6 papers. If you are like me, I'm always struggling to use them up because they're so small, and you know, I don't know, it's just I never know what to do with them. So this is a perfect way for me to use them up, and I can always find two that go well together, like here with this yellow and this checkered pattern with yellow, and here we have this red and dark blue theme. Here it's a green. Over here we have this dusty pink. I really like this one. This one is with purple, and really anything goes with book pages. Anything, at least I think. Just like kind of neutral, you know, like black and white and neutral. So anything goes with them. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you had fun. I hope you got inspired to make some of these folios yourself. Thanks for watching, and I hope I see you in my next video. Bye for now.